Hey, this is Trent with Team 3T Outdoors again, and hey, just as soon as I said I wasn't big on reviews or making reviews, here I go again, second review. You know what, I was asked to do this. We do a little bit of outfitting on some elk OTC units in Colorado, and we've had a few of the guys that we've worked with from the Midwest and back east that come out to the Rockies and hunt elk for the first time, and they see some of the gear that we use. We've done this for a long time, and basically asking us, hey, throw some reviews up if you don't mind on YouTube, talk about some of the gear that you use, what the advantages are, what you liked and didn't like. And so that's what I'm doing. I was asked to give a quick 101 or my review on the XO Mountain Gear 5500 pack. And I've used a lot of packs. I still have I'm kind of a gear junkie. I still have, I think, a 2-year-old Kuiu 5200 on their Pro frame, and a Mystery Ranch Metcalf, which I love. It's a little heavy, but I still have it. Probably one of my most favorite packs out there is a Kifaru. It is a Timberline 2 on a duplex, and hauled a lot of elk out with it. It's a great pack. I wanted to try this year. I met Lenny and Steve at a trade show about a year ago, and was impressed with the pack, impressed with what they do, and the thought that they put behind this pack. They've been doing, I think, 2 years. They've got 2 different models, a 14 and a 2015 model. This is a 2015. It's a 5500. I believe there's 3 different patterns. You can get Coyote Brown, the foliage, and I believe it's the multicam. I think they did away with the ASAP this year. But I went with the foliage just because I'm not big into the camo look out there as far as a backpack. This blends in well. I think sometimes the Coyote Brown may look like a cow elk. Who knows? But I like the look of the foliage. You know what? This has been a great pack. So what I've used it for this year is I've hauled a couple elk out with it. One in Colorado, one in Utah. And I also use this on a backcountry hunt, not hunt, but we packed in with a group into the Wind River Range up in Wyoming. We packed in about 11 miles, and it was pretty extensive. We basically packed in our food and everything we were going to use for about 7 days, and we cut it short. We actually were in there about 5 days, but this 5500 was had plenty of room with all the gear that I needed in there, with the sleeping bag, tent, fishing gear, food, water filtration, camera gear, everything. But I'm just going to talk about some of the advantages. And again, you know, I think the best thing somebody can do is either go to a show or find out for yourself what pack you feel is best and what fits you best. I'm not here to knock anybody's pack. Again, I already will tell you right out, I think Kifaru makes one of the best. You know, Aaron over there, the guy knows what he's doing. He is spot on with that frame and the new frames they have out there, which I hope to try very soon. But I think, you know, where credit's due is Lenny and Steve have done a good job here. This pack, I believe, empty comes in just over 5 pounds. That's with the frame and the 5500 bag. I would imagine the 3500 bag they also make is a little bit, maybe not quite a pound, maybe it is a pound lighter. But this pack here is designed, I think, to get you in there, you know, 7+ days. The 3500, maybe 3 to 5 days. What I like about this, right now I've got it fairly compressed. It's about a 22, 23 pound. That's what I pack around. Some might think that's too much to pack around all day. That's what I pack around. When I go in, it's loaded up maybe 60, 65 pounds. I dump camp, the tent, sleeping bag, food, everything's out of it, except for what I need to get me through a day, maybe 2, 3 days. Experience we had last year is we got an elk down. What I had right here is kind of what you see. I was able to spend the night down in a hole after we deboned the elk, hung it up, and the next morning we packed it out. But I had enough food and supplies in here to get me through that day. What I like about this is the 5500. is it's got a floating lid. So what this will allow you to do is to move that lid up and down. So if you're going to expand your load and you're going to go in for those 7 to 10 days, top access, what that'll allow you to do is to expand the pack with that snow collar that comes up. You can really get this thing loaded up and take advantage of all the room. Right now I've got the pack compressed, so it realistically is going to come out to about to here, and it's really going to fill out once you start putting your gear in there and to take advantage of that 5,000 inches that are in the main compartment of the bag. Just some of the other features, it's got the 2 compression straps that come across the front. It'll help compress that load down. This little stretch bag up front is very accessible, and what we use that for is rain gear. So I'll put my rain pants and my rain jacket up front here. I use a Kuyu rain pant and jacket that are very light and compact. They go in here, and I also keep a First Light puffy jacket in there, which I ought to do a review sometime on that jacket. That is probably one of the best pieces of equipment that I have in the field. It's very warm, very compact, but it'll stuff right down into this front pouch right here. Another thing I like about this bag, so you're going to have 5,000 in the body. I believe you get about 500 on each of the side pockets, which I'll throw a tripod down here, a water bottle, and then on this side I've got the Vortex. This is the 80mm Viper spotter, and there's plenty of room. You can see that thing tucks right down in there, and there's plenty of room to even get something else in there if you really wanted to. But it'll be fully protected. It'll stuff down in there, tighten up with the cinch up on top, keep the elements off your scope. What I use most on this bag is a couple of different things. I'll talk about the lid in a second, but how I access the main compartment is with this side zip pouch. So that'll run down about 18-20 inches, allow you to just get in there and get anything that you need quickly. One thing they offer on the side are these little mesh bags. You can see they're velcroed on top, and within the main bag itself there's a velcro strap that runs top to bottom, and will allow you to attach a couple of these mesh bags in here, and then you can sort the different supplies that you need and equipment you need into these different bags to keep it organized. As you can see, I just keep a jet boil, some food, water filter, and that's about it in that main compartment when I'm out there for the day. Talk about the lid. I believe it's about a 500 cubic inch. It's very accessible from the back. I keep some toiletries in there. I keep my game processing bag in there ready to go. My kill kit, first aid kit, and some headlamps in there, and some fire starters. So that's ready to go. Very accessible, easy. The zippers are awesome. They're a heavy-duty zipper. I've had this up on the Wasatch on an extended mule deer hunt here in late November, and you know, we had some really cold mornings up there and some weather coming down on us. The zippers performed well. They did not freeze up. They didn't catch. Great zippers. The frame itself, let's talk a little bit about it. There's a titanium skeleton that runs the length of the frame, top to bottom. That thing is awesome. It gives a lot of strength to the overall frame, so there's you're not going to be able to flex that vertically like that. It's very strong, that titanium is. And what it would allow it to do is, because the way this belt is designed, is if you can see, this pack is going to move with you. It's going to flex. Love that feature, and I tested that out in the Wind Rivers in Wyoming. I had 65, maybe more weight on going in and out. You know, we had some younger scouts with us, and I had to pick up some extra weight on the way out, and we chose a shortcut. So we were going out 11 miles. We went over a different pass. We hit a boulder field that was pretty tough. A lot of up and down. It got technical in a hurry. This frame performed awesome. With the weight I had on my back, it was flexing. I could feel it flexing. The advantage to that was, in the past when I went through boulder fields, I've had this lumbar pad that's typically on a lot of packs. just sit and move side to side and rub. And there's nothing worse than a nice, cherry rub on your back. Turns into a blister, whatever you want to call it. This pad here, the lumbar pad, because this flexes with you, and the width of it I think is perfect, because it's not too wide, it's not too thick. It fit really well on my back. Again, everybody's back's different, and you may or may not be able to take one pad from another pad, but this lumbar pad is perfect. You can add some different accessories from Exo Mountain. They offer the side pouches that go on the belt. I picked up a couple of those. I believe they're 20 bucks each. Carry my GPS. It's a Rhino. This is I believe it's an FHF out of Montana. It's a nice little pouch that I can attach to the belt. Another hip patch over here. They have 3 different sizes of belt, so it really depends on your waist. This is a medium. I'm about a 36 waist. Fits perfect. You want to make sure that you're covering your hip on that belt, and that it's not too short and it's not too long. The only other thing I'd add is it's pretty durable. I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's either, I think it's 500 Cordura. Very strong. It was pretty weatherproof when we were coming out of the Wind Rivers. Also in Colorado, experienced a lot of rain, and I didn't have a backpack cover on it, a rain cover. Nothing got wet. I do keep, as you can see, a lot of my camera equipment and things that I just don't want to get wet, and dry bags. I either use a Kuyu or a Kafaru dry bag to keep a lot of my camera and optics and what have you dry. I paid $5 and some change for the frame and bag. I added a meat shelf. Again, I'll have to talk about that really quick. Alright, sorry, got cut off, so I'm continuing the video really quick. One thing I was going to mention is that what Exo does is they separate, or allow the bag to separate from the frame. And what that allows you to do, it's very simple. You can pop this Velcro, pop your load lifters, and take your lid, back it off here. You can see you're going to separate that frame from that bag. You can slide that whatever it is, the meat in there, deboned meat, a quarter down in there. I'm not a big fan. If I've got a huge load on here, 60 plus pounds, of tacking another 50, 60, 70 pounds in meat on there. I'm not Superman. I've done it before, and I won't do it again. I'm not going to kill myself. If I'm just packing a day pack and I'm running 20, 25 pounds, like this past fall, you're dang right, I slid meat right down in there. I kept it as tight as I could. What I did is I bought the meat shelf that'll basically run on the bottom of the frame. You can slide your meat right down in there. That shelf will keep the meat from sliding outside of the frame or off the frame. There's also compression straps that'll hold it against the frame. Put your bag back on, compress it down with these front straps, and I was into it of, an 80, 85 pound load going out. That wasn't bad. I'm not a big fan of going out with, your whole load plus, 60, 70 pounds of meat. If you can do it, go for it. But I love this pack for the day hikes because I can press it down to nothing. We do get an elk down like we did last fall. I can add that 60, 70, 80 pounds in there with the 20 pounds I have, and I'm good. I'm not killing myself over 100 pounds. You can buy that little meat shelf, I believe, for 20 bucks. There's also a load panel that you can buy online at Exo Mountain that you can basically use without the bag, and I love it. When we got that elk down, put about 50 pounds in between the bag and the frame, went back to the base camp. Went back in without the bag. I just put a water bladder on there, and went back in with the load panel. The load panel basically runs the length of the frame from the bottom up, and you can see it on the Exo website. It allows you to strap a really heavier load of meat just to the frame and pack it out just as a meat packing frame, and without the bag on there. And so that was a great accessory that they sell. I'm into this bag, $550. With the accessories, I'm probably close to $600. It's been a great pack. I'm afraid they're probably going to come out with a 2016 model, and I might have to get into that. But For what it's worth, that's my 2 cents. It's a great product. You know, for the second year pack, they did a great job. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on YouTube. Again, I'm not here to, you know, to push anybody's bag, to knock anybody's bag or pack. There's some great packs out there. Exo's done a heck of a job. In their second year in, I think they've nailed it. You know, I'll enjoy packing with this for the next couple of years. I may upgrade to the 2016 if they come out with that model. I'm still looking forward to using, you know, some of the new Kafaru frames. So there's some great packs. You got to find out what fits you best, and make sure that it's adjusted right. Make sure your torso length and your waist belt and everything's adjusted right. All these companies will help you do that. Lenny and Steve are happy to help you out at Exo Mountain. Again, my name's Trent. I'm with Team 3T Outdoors, we call ourselves. Any questions, feel free to send me a message on YouTube. And, you know, good luck hunting out there. Thanks.